So I wanted to come back through and I wanted to talk a little bit more about some of the same but a little bit different. I remember I was reading a book by Dolores Cannon. Dolores Cannon, she passed away a few years ago, but she was a hypnotherapist. And she started, when did she start her business? I believe in the late 1960s. And at first, when she started out as a hypnotherapist, she was only helping people to stop smoking, lose weight, and shit like that. But then she began to realize that she could tap deeper into people's subconscious mind and she could bring out information from the spiritual realm, basically. And she wrote a series of books called the Watchers of the Garden or something like that, or the Watchers, something like that. The book that I bought was The Convoluted Universe, and it's right here. What part is it? The Convoluted Universe. I can't see the part of it because I'm sitting in the dark. The Convoluted Universe. I think it's volume. Shit, let me see. Hope this doesn't mess up. I can't see the thing. But it was the last one she wrote. It was the last one she wrote. I didn't read the other ones. I just went right to the main one, the last one that she wrote. And it was a very good book because she talked about how she went inside of people's subconscious mind, and she talked about these different waves of people who came to Earth starting around the 1940s. And there were like three waves of these groups of highly advanced spiritual beings. She had names for them that I cannot think of at this time. But these people came to this planet because of the United States. Well, they incarnated these highly advanced spiritual beings. They incarnated into the physical world after the United States dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in World War II. Because what she was explaining was is that these highly advanced spiritual beings, which were black people, of course, you know, black, that energy, melanin energy, let's just say that, nigga energy, let me say that, okay? These highly advanced spirits started to incarnate in physical bodies. Doesn't matter what bodies they incarnated in, it was nigga energy, point blank. They came in different waves. I can't think of the name of the groups, the different groups of people she named, but some of them may consider them what indigos and stuff like that, along those lines. Indigo children and all that stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So the reason these people incarnated was because of the United States and just the world in general starting to tinker with nuclear weapons once again. And this time they were like, oh, fuck no, y'all not gonna fucking, I guess you say fuck up the world and, cause a reverberation throughout the entire omniverse. Because evidently, when you fuck up or when you have a nuclear war, according to what I was reading, when you have a nuclear war, it causes a reverberation effect into other dimensions and other realities as well. It doesn't just affect our reality. So when we dropped that bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which I think was a fucking atrocious act, in my opinion, why didn't you fucking bomb the goddamn Germans? Because they were white. That's why they didn't bomb them. They go and bomb the Japanese people of color. Although y'all can say what you want about the Asians because they racist too, but I'm just making a motherfucking point. They bombed the Japanese, and then they bombed Hiroshima. Which one of those one of those places was a spiritual city. They murdered civilians, whereas when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, they went after the military installations. They didn't go after civilians. They went after the military installations. I'm just saying, just to make a point. So she called the volunteers, a wave of spiritual volunteers, and you can call them whatever you want to, but that it just came to my mind. That was a channel. Thank you. The volunteers, a wave of volunteers began to incarnate on the planet to infuse the planet with more peaceful vibrations and shit, so there wouldn't be another mass destruction like there had been in the past. That is why these wave of volunteers started to incarnate on the planet, because they knew of what had happened in the past. See, I know that now. See, I didn't know that then when I read this book years ago. I didn't know that then, but now it's becoming clear to me. That is why there was an infusion of these highly advanced spiritual beings, myself included, because we came in different fucking waves. Okay, I came in under the post-Vietnam War. I was born in 1979. I came in under that vibration. Okay, so it's no wonder that I'm gay, because if you think about it, that was the vibration that was really powerful and strong on the planet at that time. That was the height of the gay disco balls and all that shit. That's why a lot of men who were born in that time frame probably did come out gay, because that was the energy that we were supposed to be working with when we came to this planet. Okay? For some of us, not all of us, but for some of us. But that's another story. So these wave of volunteers came to the planet to help infuse peaceful vibrations and to help balance the imbalance that had been caused on this planet by that motherfucking nuclear war, or atomic war that took place in Hiroshima when the United States dropped those two bombs. Because I think that Hiroshima was a spiritual city. I don't even think that that was a military installation of any sort. They bombed a spiritual city, but that's not what I want to talk about. I'm just saying that. So these volunteers came in to make sure that what happened in what we call the past, in regards to, mass destruction, we came in to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And there are different types of volunteers. Some volunteers are just like antennas. We're here to collect fucking information and then take it back to source. Some of us. But we came down to help this imbalance and to help bring in, peaceful vibrations, so there wouldn't be a mass destruction on the planet. Now, don't get me wrong, this motherfucking matrix we live in, yeah, we all know it needs to be fucking destroyed, but not at the cost of people fucking suffering. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that that's what it was. And again, when there's any kind of nuclear war of the magnitude that took place in the past, not what happened in Nagasaki and Hiroshima, because the real reason these highly advanced spiritual beings such as myself started to incarnate was because we were like, oh no, they're starting to fucking tinker with nuclear weapons again, because we remembered what happened in the past. See, I've had terrifying visions of what happened in the past, how weapons were used to raise sea levels to cause massive tsunamis to hit major areas. See, that's what happened in Atlantia, which wasn't on this planet, by the way. That wasn't on this planet. That was on another planet. Okay? That's why they can't fucking find it. They keep playing all these motherfucking games talking about, oh, Atlantis is right here. Oh no, it's right here. Oh no, it's in the Atlantic Ocean. Oh no, it's, over there in the over there by Greece. What's that ocean over there by Greece? I can't think of the name of it. Oh no, it's over there by Greece somewhere. No, 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 no. It wasn't on this fucking planet. It wasn't on this planet. At least I don't think so. I know so. It wasn't on this planet. That's what that's the distraction. It did not happen on this planet. The story got transferred here. But once we found out that they were tinkering with nuclear weapons again and this destructive technology, we're talking about white men and European civilization, we incarnated to put a stop to it so people could ease through their schooling here on earth so they won't have to go through with such hardship and such suffering. So, truthfully, that is why there has not been another mass destruction with the use of nuclear weapons or anything like that, because there are people here who are preventing it. Okay? Gatekeepers. We're part of that. We're part of preventing that because we put out a certain vibration that blocks that blocks them from doing the things they want to do. Why do you all think they haven't used a nuclear weapon since or an atomic bomb since? Because they can't, not the way that they want to. Because there are forces that are preventing them from doing that shit. They're not as powerful as people think they are. They're not. And see, that's what Dolores Cannon was talking about in her book. She was talking about these guardians that kind of like watch over the planet and shit like that. Of course, they're niggas. They're black men. When I think of Superman, I don't think about no Christopher Reeves. When I think of Superman, I think of people, superheroes or Supergirl. I think of people like my friend Jay that came down here to see me. I'm gonna just call her Jay. That came down here to see me from Philly. Her and her friend A. I think of people like them. When I think of Superman, I think of people like Bobby Hemming and Brother Panic and Christopher Barry and Darren Seals. I think about men who are black men who are Superman and Guardians of the Galaxy and shit like that. You know what I mean? I think of people like that. That's who I think about when I think of Superman and people like that. That's who I think about. And Supergirl and stuff like that. Like I said, my friend Jay and her friend A. I think of that. That's who I think of when I think about Guardian, myself included. Because I have been in realities where I am Superman, flying in the fucking sky like I'm Superman. I've been in realities where I have been Superman. So I don't think of no white man as being no motherfucking Superman. I just wanted to say that, and I don't give a fuck who it offends. Okay? No shade, no motherfucking read, but I'm just keeping it motherfucking 100. And as a matter of fact, I think Brother Panic had a picture of himself in a Superman suit one time, and that's symbolic. But Dolores Cannon, she talked about how there are these guardians over the planet that prevent a lot of shit from taking place without them really interfering. And one of the things that they're adamant about is preventing a lot of this mass destruction that has taken place in the past. See, I didn't know that then. But see, now that my consciousness has expanded, I understand why there had to be an infusion of highly advanced spiritual beings to incarnate on the planet, because we had to prevent and we had to stop them from destroying the planet, because it's not just about this planet. It can cause reverberations across the entire spectrum of realities and parallel realities and every motherfucking thing else. That is what Dolores Cannon was talking about in her book. And now I get it. I get what she was saying now. And I just didn't realize at the time. Well, I kind of did, but I didn't realize at the time that I'm one of those people that came in to help that. And see, what happens is when you come in as one of these volunteers, it don't matter what your motherfucking race is. I'm not no fucking. It ain't got nothing to do with that per se, you know. But because it's all nigga energy, no matter what vessel it channels through. Sometimes nigga energy comes through a Caucasian or Asian, it doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is this, let me get to the point. What I'm saying is this. When we come through, a lot of times people like us get persecuted, we get attacked. Oftentimes we're isolated because they don't want people listening to us. They try to suppress our self-esteem. They try to suppress our self-worth. And they do that through mind control, especially to gay black men, especially because we are gatekeepers, a lot of us. Some of us, let me just say that some of us are gatekeepers. And we come in to help guard against a lot of this bullshit. We work with our counterparts, our heterosexual counterparts who are men. That's the way it's supposed to be. But we are pitted against each other because of a lot of our heterosexual counterparts. They are too mind controlled and following behind a white homosexual named Caesar Borgia, which is the image of Jesus. They're too busy mind controlled by religion and humanity, but that shit is getting broken up because Cthulhu is rising, but that's another video. But we come in, and a lot of times when we come in, we get attacked. We get attacked. So a lot of times we go undetected. We go undetected, like I'm undetected. And we do a lot of our shit from the dark because it's more effective that way. You see, it's not about love and light in the context of how people view love and light. It's not about that. It's about using light to heal and to use light to expose. You don't use light to love somebody that hates you. You know, you don't use love to love somebody that hates you. You use love to expose. That's what love does. It exposes the insidious shit that goes on. See, people don't understand what the love frequency is all about. It's not about just this or that or this or that. This or that. Here's the black sheep. What's that song? Here's the black street. Here's the, that song. I don't know why. I just thought about that. I don't know why I thought about that. But anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't know why. I just wanted to say that. This or that. This or that. Anyway. But love exposes. Love works with light. It's not about love and light and being happy and smiling. And no, those are weapons that we use to expose. And that's what I'm doing now. Love and light exposes. It's not about being happy and being docile. That's not what it's about. Love exposes the bullshit that's going on. See, people need to understand what love really is. When you love somebody, when you truly love somebody, you bring them out of confusion and blindness. See, people get darkness mixed up with blindness. There's a difference. When people say, oh, you're just in the dark, light comes from darkness, not the other way around. Even it says in the motherfucking Bible, let there be light. There was nothing but darkness in the abyss. That was darkness in the abyss. That is where it all started. The waters, the dark waters of noon. Okay? So love and light has nothing to do with being happy and going around being docile and smiling. No, it has nothing to do with that. Love and light exposes. That's what it's supposed to be used for. It exposes and disposes, and it balances. That is the only thing that it's supposed to be used for. That's it, and that's all. Your darkness is your motherfucking protection. But see, because we've been so mind controlled, our darkness has turned against us because our minds have been so religiousized, and yeah, I made that word up. Our minds have been so religiousized and institutionalized. So when we see, figures that look monstrous, or when we get into the dark, and myself included, I had to go through this experience and this, rebirth as well. When we see things that don't look pretty and light, the way that it should be, or the way that we want it to look, we get scared, and then it turns against us. I remember I was reading a comment under a video that somebody was saying that they were watching a video of some former new age person. Ain't no such thing as no motherfucking new age. Fuck that bullshit. This is ancient shit. Ain't no such thing as no motherfucking new age. Of course, it was probably some white person they were talking about, who got involved in new age, and then they said the spirit started turning against them. Well, first of all, if the first spirits you come across are love and light spirits, you motherfucking right they're gonna turn against you. And that's for a reason. Because the first spirits you're supposed to come across are the most darkest and the most sinister type. The kind that give you fucking nightmares. Those are the ones you're supposed to come across first. And then they're supposed to turn into more friendlier type of spirits. But all of that is connected to your subconscious mind. And I'm talking to black people. I ain't talking to no motherfucking white people. I'm talking to black people. White people, their fucking minds are all fucked up for the most part. And I don't give a fuck who mad about it. Truth is truth. Their minds are fucked up. And the problem with black people is we keep trying to follow suit with them and their subconscious mind. And their mind and their universe or whatever they got, their artificial energy is totally, their energy is not the same as ours. It's not. It's not. Facts. So these volunteers came down to this planet to prevent another mass extinction on a global level at the hands of mankind, because it's happened so many times before, and it has caused, like I said, I can't say that word, a reverberation across the dimensions and into other realities. It doesn't just affect our reality. So they brought us in, or we came in, we decided to come in. Nobody brought us in. Let me scratch that. See, that's still that mind control, even with me. We decided to come down and say, oh, ho, 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 you can't, no, 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 no. You're not going to do this. Not again. And it has nothing to do with love and light. It has nothing to do with that. We use that to expose. We don't use that to be docile and to go around smiling and hugging everybody. Love and light is not used for that. People mistake that. I was getting ready to say, when you love somebody, you bring them out of the blindness, okay? And you heal them with your light. The light heals. That's what love and light is for healing and for revealing. Now, how you like that one? Love and light is for healing and revealing. It's not for loving people who hate you. That's not what it's for, but that's what it's been made into. You feel what I'm saying? But we came in to prevent another motherfucking catastrophe. But what I'm noticing is a lot of, old souls, they're not incarnating like we used to. I'm one of the, I guess you can say, I'm not going to say I'm one of the last, but I'm one of the few, that's left. One of the few that's left, because a lot of them are leaving and they're not coming back anymore. You know, they're getting up out of this motherfucking trap that we call Earth. Earth is a fucking trap. Anyway, that's all I have to say on that. I just wanted to bring that up because it was on my mind. My allergies are bothering me really badly today. Probably because I ate some dairy. Dairy can kind of fuck with my allergies sometimes. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that, because I'm just putting things in perspective and I'm connecting the dots. And I'm just looking at how everything that we have been taught is a fucking lie. Everything that we have been taught is a fucking lie. The information from the educational system, from down to religion, you know, it's all a lie. And even within spiritual systems that are supposed to offer freedom, they've even religiousized that now. Well, if you don't do this, this person's going to be mad at you and this and that. And it's all about connecting the right energies together and the energies that are appropriate for you. That's what it's all about. Now, of course, if you go around fucking with some shit that's not for you, you're going to go fucking crazy. Just like D'Angelo went fucking crazy because he went around fucking with energies that were not conducive to him and for his spiritual development in a more stable, positive direction. And I was actually watching a witch's channel, powerful witch's channel, who was talking about that. That's where I got that from. And if she ever watches this video, which she probably won't, but she'll know that I want to be clear. I got that from her, and it makes sense. That's why a lot of these black men are crazy and shit. Now, they get involved in these motherfucking different, spiritual systems that don't really serve them because it's not of their, I'm not going to say their genetics, but it's just not of them. That's why they go crazy and start acting erratic. You know, I had an interesting experience yesterday. This minister of a church, of a well known mega church, I'm not going to say who it is, but this minister tried to holler at me. Let's just say that. He's married and all that old bullshit. I had no intentions of messing with him. But he was a very narcissistic person. He's a good looking guy, too. Very narcissistic. And he was talking about his wife and talking about how his wife don't do this and don't do that. And, I mentioned something to him about somebody. And he asked me, well, how can you be in love with somebody if da 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 da? And I'm like, motherfucker, how can you pledge you love somebody if you out here looking to do X, Y, and Z, and you a fucking minister, right? Ain't no judgment. I don't give a fuck what he is. I mean, because I don't live by that. I deal with pure chaos, so I don't give a fuck. But I was just thinking about that. But yeah, so that's all I really have to say. All of this shit is connected. It's all about connecting the dots and understanding what the fuck is really going on and what the fuck has gone on, but we just don't know it because this information is hidden from us. And that is why I am Seer Grant. I call myself Seer because I can see into other dimensions. That is why I call myself Seer Grant. But I changed my channel name to The Occult View because I look at things from an occult aspect. I look beyond the physical and give my own perspective on an occult level because the occult means hidden knowledge. So the occult is about everything that's hidden that you don't see. But you have to have a discerning eye to see what the fuck is really going on around you. You understand what I'm saying to you? Of course you do. But anyway, that's all I have to say for right now. I'll probably come back with some more videos. There's some other things I wanted to talk about in regards to different dimensions and different experiences that I've had and stuff like that. So I'll be back with some more videos at another time.